Yeah.
Adjani, dreaming whilst black.
Yes, yes.
Still our dream.
Still dreaming.
Love that. I love that, King. Break it down for those who haven't come on the wave with us since 2021. Why are we here? Why is the story being told like this?
Well, just for those who don't know, the reason why it's told like this is because me personally, I don't really like the preaching thing. Like, I've been to the lectures and it's all doom and gloom, you know what I mean? So we all really wanted to share the obstacles and let us be seen, but in a way that we can enjoy and know that we're in this together and their feelings are valid, and that microaggression that you're questioning happened to you, it did happen to you. And actually, we're not the ones who are crazy, they are. So that is why it is told in this way.
There were a couple lines that kind of stood out to me. One of them was, enjoy the small wins because they are few and far between. Is that what you've had to do, Adjani, in order to get here?
That's what I've had to learn. Because there are, and we've been blessed, right, that we've had some great wins. We like, so actually it's almost unfair for us to say that, but actually we're saying that on behalf of everybody else, in that we're aware that we're an anomaly. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I can do it, so you can do it. No, me know say we slip through the net. So that's why it's important for us. It was important for us to say that because actually that's the reality of the majority. So that's why it's this weird thing of, even though Kwabena is going on this lightning career of like, make one short film, then all of a sudden they're on TV show, is that woman, another black woman, giving him the context to be like, bro, you're just start. You don't know how rough that road will be. So it was just us, again, paying respect and homage to everybody else on their journey.
You had your vision, right?
Yeah.
Now you've got to kind of step up and do it all over again for season 2. Just as easy to deliver or even more difficult?
Boy, sometimes you feel the pressure, but I think what we tried to do is really just block out the noise and remember that actually we never make it for the awards. We just made it because we thought it was something fun that our people would love. And actually, even for our people who loved it, they didn't even know that they wanted it. We just kind of presented it. So we kind of just went back to ourselves and said, well, what do we love? What do we care about? What do we want to talk about? And really just focus, like become insular and focus on that. And, if the people love it again, great. If the awards want to come again, great. You know what I mean? But we just have to stay true to ourselves because we can't, we have to be our own master. We can't be making work for next man.
Another line, Adjani. Another line. Brace yourself.
Hey, which line?
How did you sneak that one in?
Which line?
Oh,
yo,
that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you'll be surprised. And I guess this is now one of the benefits of the success of season 1. Where no, to be fair, BBC was just like, bro, write what you want. And I was like, you're sure? And then say, yeah, man, like, we trust you. And I'm
You're
like,
free.
I was like, all right, I hope you love it.
Oh, that scene's gonna win, That scene is
was
brilliant.
so bad. We were so, like, I was like, this, from the writer's room, we thought, this is going to be amazing. And yeah, so I hope people receive it as much as we enjoyed it.
I think they will, man. You had fun with the music as well. I think I've mentioned this every single time we've spoken, right? So I need you to give that department, whoever's responsible for that, their flowers right now, Carl. They did an amazing job, man.
Kaya Pino is our music supervisor, and she is great. And it's really a team effort. Like, we may send her a song that we think is great, and she'll be like, yeah, but I was thinking this. And we're like, actually, that might be better. So it's really a team effort, but I will say Kaya has really spearheaded and led, like taken charge of like, look, let's make, like she set the rules. Like we only work with black artists. We only license black musicians. So and we try to license independent artists as much as possible because it's like, well, they are Kwabena in a different like art form. So, she really, yeah, man, we give her a little more money this time and she take it and run with it.
I still want to be in a place, Adjani, where I see these things playing out, but I don't notice them playing
Yeah.
out. But we're not there yet, right? So speak on the concerted effort of representation and black women of all guises being loved and
Yeah,
romantically desired.
it was important for us because, again, to your earlier question of feeling the pressure of representing all in one show, like realistically, it shouldn't be my responsibility to represent all black people, but I don't know when they're gonna commission another black show. So, like, I have to do as much as I can, but at the same time, one thing I've learned is it's not who are you making the work for, but who are you dedicating the work to? Because it's the same thing with a novel, right? When a novelist, when you say at the front page, you say dedicated to, and it would be like their children or like a loved one. Those are the people they love, and they write with that level of care for those few people. So for us, we really try to be like, yo, look, we love our people, we love our black men, we love our black women. And if we're saying we love our black women, well, what does that mean? Do you have to be a baddie for a man to chase you? Or can you be in your natural state? Or is a natural hair girl a body too? Is a rasta girl a body too? Is a bald girl a body too? You know what I mean? So we intentionally tried to course correct the narrative that has been like out there about, when, and again, I think Tandy when Newton and Zoe Saldana are great, and Halle Berry are great actresses, but I think it's quite telling that Viola Davis has never really been given the same thing to be a love interest in a rom-com. So we are trying to just do our part to rebalance the scales just a smidge by making, dark skinned black women romantic leads and romantic interests as well.
I love how you framed both contemporary and intergenerational black love, right?
Mhm. It's the part I'm most pleased about. So, funny, I always say a film cannot be deeper than a filmmaker, but I also think that the subconsciousness of a filmmaker comes out in his work. And when we kind of created the storyline of Grace and Errol, what we realized is, and it's Abdul, our director, who, because again, this is a concept for the show. Everybody can feed into the script. It no matter if you're a runner or exec, everybody pours in, because it's our story, we really hold that. And Abdul was just like, bro, I feel like Errol is the evolution of Claude. I feel like if Claude could be like Errol, having gone through life, having been married, been divorced, been co-parenting, he would wear his heart on his sleeve as well. So it's quite telling that we have the parallels of this man who's chasing Grace and Kwabena who's chasing Vanessa, and seeing the parallels of how these two men at different stages of life deal with it. And I was like, it's when because we wrote it, and it's when he pointed it out. I was like, what? And we kind of changed the script to really lean into that, because now you see actually how Kwabena and Grace are similar. That actually she don't want to open up neither, because she too like Quabs has been burnt by love. So I just thought it was a great thing to see these three stages of relationships play out in a singular episode, and how they're different based on their experience, but also how they're the same, you know? So it's honestly, it's one of the I'm most chuffed about seeing that, because, my mom got married when I was 22. And I remember seeing my mother I'm like feeling like a giddy young girl. I'm like, where you move so? Like, you know what I mean? So and I was like, so I almost wanted to like just kind of pay homage to my mom in that way to be like, yo, like, yeah, your story also deserves to be seen, even if it's a B plot in our storyline.
Love and compromise. I said, well, what is this in a nutshell for me? And it was love and compromise. They were the big themes that run concurrent throughout. The two often juxtaposed pretty well in all facets of life, insofar as the love for what we want to do and the compromises we have to make in order to get them done.
That is exactly what it is about. So I'm glad as a viewer, you saw that because, not every time what in your head translate to the thing on screen. And I do think that's one thing that I think we've done well now, where we've really translated our ideas in a digestible way to the audience. And that's what it's about. I think that's reality. I am only a black man, so I can only speak to being a black man. But, you know, I imagine maybe white people go through that as well. But I just know for me and my people, that's what we go through. So I just thought, as mundane or as small as it is, it's still worth telling.
What were the challenging parts for you?
What a challenging part?
What was the most challenging?
Budget is always the issue. Like we punch above our weight class in terms of what we try to be. We are just a BBC Three comedy, which means we have a set amount of money, but we want to be this grand international show what look like it have HBO budget when we don't. So to be honest, we really attack lemon and make jerk chicken. Like, you know what I mean? We don't even make lemonade with it. But those were the challenges. Just logistics and executing. And the first AD team and the producers, Nicola, really did well in like squeezing in days. Like, our shoot had it was a 33-day shoot that had 16 unachievable days in the schedule, and it said bold at the top, unachievable. And we managed to achieve, I think, 14 of them. So, and that was again just everybody on the crew knew what we were signing up for and were just passionate about, yo, let's just try and do it. So everybody bought into the dream this season. And I think it's that extra love that pushes us over the line every time.
You set it up nicely for season 3, series 3, call it what you like. If you had another 6 episodes on this though, where would you have took the story?
If we have another 6 episodes, God willing, I think the people want to see Jamaica Road get made. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally what he set out to do. So I think that is what if we get the series 3, God willing, that's probably what we'll set out to do.
Well, there's no if, it's when. So we did that last time. So
I do it again. When it happened, I'm going to say Jamaica Road get
made. Is there anything else you want to share with us on this before we go?
I just want to thank you as always. The Voice has always been a champion of us and our work. And it's always a great time talking to you guys. On the talk the things. So just out there, I hope that the Voice keeps championing our culture for as long as you can. Long may it continue.